Hi there, I'm Joe. I have a question for you. When was the last time nothing was bothering you? You had a pocket of time, an afternoon, an evening, or even a day, or maybe a couple days where everything was just peachy keen. Life was grand and beautiful, and you were perfectly at peace and content with everything. Basically, your life is free of problems. But let me ask you another question. Is it the problem that brings you discontent, that makes you unhappy, or is it your mind's perception of the problem? Let me expand. Day by day, we always seem to encounter one new problem after the next. And as soon as we find a solution for this one, two more arise, and we finally get a problem solved over in this arena, and we've got three more over here, and it's just like we can never catch up. It's always something. But is it the problem that brings you frustration and anger and stress and anxiety, or is it possibly the way your mind perceives that experience, that occurrence, as being a problem? Which one's first, the chicken or the egg? So is it the problem that brings you an emotional reaction, or is it the way your mind perceives that problem to be, which then you experience a negative emotion, such as anger, stress, panic, worry, sadness, depression, and whatnot? We've all experienced this. Problem comes our way. Pissed, frustrated, angry, stressed. I've got enough crap on my plate already. Let me fix this. Let me find the solution to this thing, and we'll get it all resolved. So you work at it, you're pissed off and you're angry and you're stressed throughout that process, but you find the solution. Yes, liberation. I'm happy. I found solution to the problem. Now what happens? Another problem. Again, repeating that cycle, maybe a different kind of problem, so we'll have a different negative emotion attached to it, but ultimately we may find some solution, and then what? Happy. Then rinse and repeat again and again and again and again, and it never ends. How do we stop the cycle of problems? Maybe it's not there we need to understand, but here. And the way we perceive problems to be, we can shift that, we can change that, and therefore liberate ourselves in a sense where the problem no longer becomes a problem. It's just an obstacle, it's an occurrence, it's an event, it's a situation. It's something that just happens, and we're able to navigate through that without becoming negatively emotionally reactive. We don't get angry, we don't get frustrated, we don't get stressed or panicked or sad or resentful. None of that happens. We just go about the solution, and we reside in the peace. And we even have some fun and experience joy along the way. Problems don't become problems, they just become events, and as cliche as it sounds, opportunities for growth. Sounds pretty nice, right? Well, how do we go about that? It's retraining our minds to perceive our reality, to perceive our life in a way where those problems don't affect us, because we're not viewing them as problems anymore. But just like a bad dog, an old dog with bad traits, we have to retrain our mind. We're not training a puppy. We're already established in these ways of mental perception. So we have to kind of go back and get rid of those bad habits and establish new, healthy, positive ones to replace them. I'm sure you guys have seen the Olympics, like let's say the track and field, right? And it's the hurdle event of the Olympics, right? And so one of the racers lines up, he's like, whoa, what are you doing? I've got to run all the way down there, but there's all those hurdles in the way. What the hell? That's gonna make it so much more difficult. Why don't we just get rid of all those things, and I'll just run straight down and I don't have to jump over anything? People would look at him like he's freaking nuts. Bro, do you know what you signed up for? This is the hurdle event. Those are there so that we can see how fast you are with those hurdles in the way. That's the whole point of all this. That's mindfulness. It's training our minds to perceive problems as just a little hurdle, as a little obstacle. It's not bad. We actually expect that it's going to come. And with that expectation, in a sense, It frees us because we're not expecting it to be bad. We're not reacting emotionally from having to overcome that obstacle. We may actually even enjoy it, and we're going to grow from it, and we're going to learn from it, and we're going to become stronger and wiser and more experienced from that hurdle. And we're going to stop existing and residing in that negative, toxic emotion. It's going to liberate us. But we have to retrain our minds, our expressive minds, to perceive those hurdles as opportunities for growth. So this is me. I'm poking you on the shoulder right now and letting you know that you're living in a maze, but there is an escape, and life on the outside is grand. It's beautiful and fulfilling and just so lovely. You're gonna love it. But I've got to teach you what to do. I can't show you the way. There's no secret door. It starts with mindfulness, being aware of your thoughts. You're gonna start observing your thoughts. You're going to start seeing which ones add value to your life and which ones devalue your life. And with those thoughts, you're going to evaluate the emotions, the negative emotions that are a byproduct of those thoughts. And by getting rid of the thought, we get rid of the negative emotion. We don't even have to worry about emotions as much because we're getting to the source of why those emotions, those negative emotions, are coming out of us, why we're experiencing them. And with that process, you experience a true sense of peace, of joy, of purpose, and fulfillment. And something even beyond all that, something ethereal, something sublime and celestial. It's lovely outside of the maze, and it took a while for me to get out, but man, is it worth it. And it's refreshing out here. The air is nicer, everything's more beautiful, life is grand, and I want to show you the way. So this is the mindfulness introduction. I've got plenty more videos to come so that we can start retraining our minds to perceive our lives in a way that ushers in that peace and that joy. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on your notifications so that you know when I've launched a new video. And also please comment, ask questions. I'm here to help, and give me that thumbs up if you think I've deserved it. Share these videos with anybody you think may benefit from it, and thank you in advance for doing so. And as always, enjoy the show.